Thanks for tuning into Boxing Wave. Today I'm going to speak about Berto and his return September 6th, I believe, against Upsher Chambers. Okay, I never seen his opponent fight before, but I mean, from what I was told, and from looking at his record, this should be a tune-up fight for Berto. I mean, it is his first fight back in over a year. Okay, it was a devastating knockout loss for him in his last fight. He received a shoulder injury. He torn his shoulder, I think his left shoulder, I'm not really sure. But he needed surgery on that shoulder, and that's the reason why he was out for so long. Alright, we know Berto has lost 3 of his last 4 fights. Okay, he also tested positive for illegal substance, which canceled the second Victor Ortiz fight. So he's had a rough few years, okay? But, you know, I seen his name get thrown around. I seen possible Kell Brook fight later this year, because Kell Brook, win or lose his next fight later this year, he might be in the ring against Amir Khan or Floyd Mayweather early next year. Alright, so I seen them use Berto to be a possible tune-up match for Kell Brook. Now, the reason why I made this video, alright, I personally used to be a big Berto fan. I was probably one of those guys that was overrated him back then. Okay, at the time, Berto was an undefeated prospect before the Victor Ortiz fight, before the Louis Collazo fight and all of that. I was a big fan, and I thought he was going to be the next big thing. You know, him and Yuriokis Gamboa were my 2 favorite top prospects at the time. And you know, Berto, there's several things he needs to work on. Okay, I mean, he has good boxing ability, he has solid power, good hand speed. He needs to work on his defense. You know, I hope he has. You know, he's been working with Virgil Hunter. He needs to work on his defense. Okay, very easy to hit. He needs to work on his conditioning. Okay, he seems to really only be able to fight a minute of each round. All right, and the last thing and the most important thing is mentally. He needs to be prepared. All right, he needs to have a game plan and stick with it. All right, the guys that he lost to, I think he's the better boxer between the 3 guys that he lost to. But he went in there, and as soon as he got hit, the whole game plan changed, and he started brawling it out with brawlers. Okay, Victor Ortiz is a better brawler than him. All right, Jesus Soto Carras, a better brawler. Guerrero, a better brawler. All right, he needs to fight a smart fight. You know, not saying that he's the best boxer, but if he has that advantage and he has the hand speed advantage, he needs to use it. You know, and stop fighting these guys' fights. You know, he gets hit with a good shot, he hears the crowd reaction, and he throws the whole game plan out the window. And he needs to stop doing that, you know. Me personally, I don't know what's his plan. I mean, I would think that he wants to be champion again. He's only 30 years old. I think the Kell Brook fight would be a bad choice for him, you know, because that would be a tune-up fight for Brook. And I think Brook is the stronger, better boxer between the 2. And I think him fighting Brook and losing that fight would be another setback for him. You know, does he want to be a highly skilled gatekeeper or a highly skilled journeyman? You know, I don't know what he wants to be at this point. But me personally, he shouldn't be fighting Kell Brook coming off of 3 losses, okay? Well, 3 losses out of his last 4 fights. And I also think he lost the Louis Collazo fight. Okay? So this fight here is not gonna do it for me, you know, whether he looks impressive or not. To see him fight a few guys, you know. There's other guys available at 147. There's plenty of guys available. Before he fights guys like Kell Brook, Keith Thurman, whoever, Tim Bradley, I don't know, the top of the charts. I don't think he should fight these fighters yet. I think he should fight another 2-3 matches, get his rhythm back, get his confidence back, improve on some of the things. If he learned anything new with his trainer, he needs to improve on some things. I mean, I doubt he denies a title shot against Kell Brook. If the opportunity is there, I'm sure he'll go for it. But if he loses that fight, it will be another setback. And not that I'm against guys that take losses. You guys know I make videos on here. You take a loss, it's okay. But Berto has took a lot of losses lately. And he's on the way of trying to make a comeback. And to me, he shouldn't be fighting an elite level fighter right away on his comeback from taking a lot of losses, okay? So, let me know what you guys think. Are you excited for Berto? Do you expect anything from Berto? Do you think he could be champion again? Do you think he can, be a dominant player at 147? What do you think? Or do you think he's just a highly skilled journeyman or a gatekeeper? What do you think? Let me know what you think, and subscribe to the channel.